And I also do one that's not on CLE, but it's it's the specifics of how to get into legal blogging and a lot of the specific tools and tips you can use. So I would recommend that anyone who's interested in that follow up with me either by subscribing to the newsletter or connecting with me offline. But back to this point, social media isn't a billboard, and you see this a lot, unfortunately, with attorneys. And I believe, just based on the number of attorneys and law firms that I see following me on Twitter, and I always will go and look at their tweet stream. And it's just far too often I see something that looks like this slide here with Pomper and Associates, where it's just, I mean, if you look at the 5 tweets in this screen capture, it's just one-way crap. It's just pushing information. Nobody cares about this. Nobody wants to read this stuff. This isn't connecting with anybody. I have no idea why 383 people are following this, but it's, I mean, this is less than useful. It's just noise. Really, and it is unfortunate how many attorneys do this. I mean, when I look at it for attorneys to follow back who follow me on Twitter, I'm looking for people who are engaging. And really, it is about that engagement. So compare that Pomper and Associates with David Sugarman's post here. And I mean, all I can show you is a brief screen cap, but you can kind of see within this tweet stream all of this connection, all of this back and forth with other attorneys that's going on here, both attorneys and agencies, whatever the case may be. It's communication. You're not just pushing information out there. You're actively talking and communicating back and forth. And so not only is this the most effective way to use social media, but as we'll see when we get into some of these specific examples, it is also the way to avoid running into any of the potential areas where the attorney advertising and other ethics issues are implicated by the use of social media. So why do so many attorneys worry about social media? And again, it's something I hear all the time. About these specific areas of concern. A lot of it has to do with the fact that the ethics rules around attorney advertising don't change very fast. They're pretty, you know, they're pretty rock solid. I mean, if you go and look at the history of attorney advertising regulation, and you look at a lot of the rules, many of the rules that are still on the books have been on the books for decades. And in fact, a lot of the rules predate. In one fashion or another, they predate the Bates v. Arizona Supreme Court ruling in 1977, which really freed up and was the first case that held that attorneys do have a First Amendment right to advertise. And so the history of state bar regulation is really a begrudging acknowledgement of Bates.